Welcome back to Run Like a T-Rex YouTube channel and the start of week 3 of the March to Manchester series. So 8k easy on the cards for today. I've juggled the plan around a little bit, partly because it's the 23rd of December, you know, it tends to be quite busy, and two, just to sort of give myself a bit of a break. For those of you that follow me on Instagram will have noticed that I had a bit of a crap run on Saturday for my week 2 long run. I kind of beat myself up about it and all that kind of stuff, but I got some really nice messages back, some really good tips for what to do when you're having a bit of a run. So we're trying to put that into practice. So I was meant to do intervals today, but yeah, decided to switch it around. I was like, I've had a crap run, let's just go out for the enjoyment of running. 8k easy, get the legs moving and just get one ticked off. So that's what the plan is. I'll try and do intervals tomorrow. If I don't do intervals, I'll at least do the distance specified, and I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I'm not going to put additional pressure on myself. I'm just going to play it by ear, see how I feel, and listen and respect my body, because it's going to be 4 or 5 months of work. The easiest way to derail that would be to injure myself or anything else. So I want to, wherever possible, enjoy this process. So let's not kill myself, let's not absolutely smash myself into the ground, because nobody benefits out of that. So yeah, on we plod. Right, so that's that run done. As you can tell, it was a wee bit warm. It was freezing this morning on the dog walk, so I thought, I'll only wear a long sleeve top, but I'll put shorts and a hat on. Absolutely melting, had to take it off at 5k. It's yeah. So recipe for life: run slow enough to enjoy it. Feeling way better about things now that I've been out for a little gentle run. I had my sleeve over my watch, so no idea what my K intervals were or what my pace was as I was going round. So yeah, run 1 done, first of the week. Just need to try and squeeze a couple of others in, so it's going to be a bit of jiggling around. I'm going to do park run in lieu of one of my interval sessions on Saturday, which means I might do my long run on Boxing Day Monday morning, fueled by, you know, 17 pigs in blankets, 4 Yorkshire puddings and way too much Christmas cake and cheese. So sounds a good fueling strategy if you ask me. So yeah, run 1 done, felt quite good. One thing I've noticed, I'm feeling a little bit sluggish through the legs, and it's because, by my own admission, I've been hello to the little girl that just came past me smiling and waving. I've been properly neglecting my mobility work and stretching after I run. It's been, you know, it's a juggling act. Marathon training, when you're a husband and parent, I'm literally just about managing to squeeze runs in, which means I'm coming in from my run and pretty much jumping straight in the shower because we're off doing this, that and the other. So so yeah, it's something I need to try and work on. And then yeah, so on to the next one. Started me to go on. Time for a good old stretch, shower, and Christmas movie with the family. I think that'll be the plan. Right, see you next time. Right, time for run 2. Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate. now Boxing Day, so hope everyone had a good Christmas day yesterday. I know I did. And yeah, ate myself into oblivion, so hopefully should be nicely fueled for today's run. So I'm mixing today's session up a little bit from the prescribed one. It's a pyramid interval workout. I should put up here to show what run I had planned for me. But yeah, I'm mixing it up a little bit. It just seemed a bit faffy, to be honest, and I couldn't be bothered putting quite that many steps in my watch to program it. So yeah, I'm doing a session that anyone from masses watching will be aware of. So I'm doing the pyramid interval workout at Courier's Close, which is basically an industrial estate that's got a loop that's about 500 metres long, pretty much bob on actually. So it will be 3k warm up because that's how far away I am, and then the idea, I'm going to try and be as consistent with my pacing as I can. So it's 500 metres, minutes rest, then 1k, so 2 laps, minute and a half rest, 1500 metres, 3 laps, another minute and a half rest, and then back down. So 1k, and then another minute and a half rest, and then a final 500 metres, and then yeah, a minute's recovery, and then I'll do the 3k cool down coming back the other way. So that's the plan. I'm going to try and aim for sub 440, I think, is a pace for all of them, so don't go like the clappers on the first 500 metres because it'll bite me in the arse. So that's the plan. We'll see how I get on. Right, that's rep 1 done. 500 metres done in 2 minutes 16, so 4:32 pace. Felt okay, but it's the first one. The thing I didn't realise was I'd not given myself like a minute to prepare for the first rep after my warm-up. So yeah, straight after finishing the countdown, anyone's got a Garmin down to the end of that warm-up, and it's like off you go. So yeah, tell you what, it's a lot tougher trying to hold yourself accountable when you're on your own. Normally I'm doing this with 15 or so others. Oh, and off we go. Right, that's the 1k and 1.5k reps done. So I'm over halfway through the session now. Oh, that got spicy. I'm trying not to vom, which doesn't help, but yeah, so far going. I'll put my pace splits at the end for what I did for each particular rep and go from there. But yeah, that was tough, especially when you got no one to chase. It's just me, myself and I sort of thing. So it's all sledding, but it's making me fitter and stronger, right? So at least I hope so. Otherwise I could have been quite happy sat at home watching a film with a coffee. So, oh Christ, here we go again. Right, off we go. Right, that's the reps done. So this is my final K in 4:42, and then final 500 in 2:17, so 4:34 pace. So around where I want it to be. I was tough going, but I'm glad I kept at it, because running these sort of sessions entirely on your own, it's tough to kind of dig deep and push yourself. So I'm quite happy with how I've stuck at it. I mean, having my version of Mom's Gove beeping at me, telling me to speed up, always helps. But yeah, felt good. Blew away a few cobwebs. And yeah, so halfway through the week, running wise. So I'm going to do my long run tomorrow, and then my final session was meant to be a different set, like an intervals or tempo session. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go do parkrun. So I'm stepping out at 6.5k in total interval session for sort of all out 5k. Get myself on the eligible for the Masses Winter Handicap, because it's my last chance to do that one. So yeah, Babs Mill. So I've not done that before. Looking forward to it. Hopefully see a few of my teammates as well, so that'd be good. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Christmas. I'll see you tomorrow when I'm plodding along on my long run. Right, long run time. So, just joining the Greenway. Got my headphones in, I can't hear. Yeah, 19k on the cards at a conversational pace, so that'll be my plan. Just going to take it nice and steady. I've been nice and reserved in. We're just coming up to 5k in, and yeah, they've all been sort of 550 to 6-minute Ks, so nice and steady. After last week's debacle, I just want to get some miles and legs, enjoy it. That's one of the reasons why I've got my headphones with me, just so I can kind of zone out a bit, listen to Heed the Call, which is the NFL podcast I listen to. So yeah, tell you what, this fog can bog off. It's been like this for about 4 days now, but it's makes it feel way colder than it is because of how much moisture's in the air. Right, I'm pleased to say I made it through the Blair Witch Project tunnel. Now on Kenilworth Road. So the only horror show about this is the fact that the next 4 or 5k is essentially all uphill. But hey, I picked the route and I chose to do this, so no one to blame but myself. So yeah, feeling okay. Quads are a little bit tight after that because it's not massively downhill, it's like very gentle, but having gone, like, I've not had much flat to do with it. It's all been either gradually uphill or gradually downhill, so it's yeah, got my quads firing a little bit, but that's alright. Knees a little bit tight, but nothing major. So yeah, we are just come up to 9k, so nearly halfway through, so feeling okay. Just taking on a little bit of gel. Shout out to these, by the way. So I always use Kendall Mint Company gels. I find High Five too watery, and Sis, well, me and a couple of other people call them jizzy gels for a reason. Like, the texture's just grim. So but Kendall do that. Soft flask, so one, it helps me avoid dropping litter and trying to like rip things off with your teeth and all that kind of stuff, and then put them in your pockets. So that holds 2 gels. They're now doing a much bigger one that I think carries, might even be 6 gels or something like that. So that might be a shout for marathon day. Stick that in my vest. But yeah, the beauty of that is, like, obviously if you take a normal gel sachet, you kind of have to, unless you're going to hold it, you've got to basically take the whole lot. Whereas that allows you just got a suction element to it. You just take a little bit every now and again. So yeah, 2 gels. Works perfectly. Fits in my little water bottle pocket that I've got on my running belt. So yeah, can't beat it. Plus I like the gels. I've got the mint caffeine ones at the minute, so if you want a gel that the moment you have it, it feels like it's giving you a massive kick up the arse, I can recommend it. Like, you feel the benefit pretty much straight away. So yeah, and I can stomach them, which is, let's be honest, probably just about the most important thing with gels. If you're taking something on to fuel yourself in a long run, you've got to be able to stomach it, digest it and keep it down. So right. Thank you HS2, by the way. All used to be countryside, this. As my wife's granny would say, what a mess. Not wrong there, Sheila. They made a right bloody hash of this. But hey, someone's going to be able to pay 200 quid to get to London 15 minutes quicker, so you know, we're not all losers in this situation. I gotta love a long run rant. Right, that's enough walking. Get my arse in gear. On with. So, nearly just going up to the end of Kenilworth Road. And witnessed a little car accident. So I'd stopped at the junction where Cannon Hill Road meets Kenilworth Road, which if you go down you come to sort of Coventry Crematorium. So I did what I normally do when I see a funeral procession. I stop, take my hand, take my hat off, let them come past, and sort of stand as respectfully as I can as they go past. Which I don't think, you know, it's too much to ask. For quite a long procession, probably 10 cars or so, which is fine. And then you end up with like just local people then, you know, going about their normal business sort of thing. And there was basically quite a busy road, Kenilworth Road. Sort of single lane, but it's 50 mile an hour, so you can be there for quite a while. And this bloke in a Vauxhall Grandland just decided to roll into the car in front. Like he'd already stopped, and then just decided to drive up the arse of the car in front. Put his arms up like, what are you doing? They shouted at the bloke in the Yaris, like, what are you doing, you roll backwards? Thankfully for the Yaris driver, I was there. No mate, you drove into the back of him. He didn't move, he'd obviously, I'm assuming he's in an automatic car and he just didn't have his foot on the brake or something. It pulls forward on its own. So, no damage, but a little bit of drama on the run, so there we go. So yeah, my condolences to the family that are going to that funeral. Obviously a pretty tough year to be doing that sort of thing, but it happens unfortunately. So yeah, right, we've got a 4-0. Just got up to 12.5k in, 6.5 to go. Feeling pretty good. I should probably take another bit of gel actually. My legs are feeling a little bit tired, but not too bad. But yeah, enjoying the long run, which was the aim. Excuse me. And obviously what I wanted to do after last week. Yeah. Tell you what, I can tell you, it's Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Roads were really quiet. It's like a normal Friday today. It's rammed. So, right, let's keep plodding. Right, just over 16k in, 3k to go. Feeling okay-ish. Legs are a little bit heavy, but no, I'm 10 miles in and did a pretty spicy interval session yesterday, and I think my shoes are getting on there. The last legs I've got probably 450 miles in these now, so it's the most I've ever got out of a pair of shoes. So shout out the Asics Nova Blast 4. I've really enjoyed them. So yeah, feeling okay. I've got this sodding hill on Alderminster to get up past Parkhill School, which I might walk up in fact. It's basically a long easy run today, so why wreck myself? But yeah, 2.5k to go. Gonna be time for some lunch. Oh, you're gonna cross, happy days. Right, time to walk up this hill. the Kate Bush remix. Right, that's long run done. Just over, I rounded up to 19.2, so it'd be 12 miles. Just to please those of you that still work in freedom units. Felt good. Probably could have done with fueling a little bit more. 2 gels for a run of that long length of, that's an hour and 57 for me for, you know, I'm sort of not the most efficient runner anyway, but also sort of time on feet and sheer size. I'm not a massive guy, I'm like 5'11" and about 12.5 stone, 13 stone, something like that. So I think 2 gels is probably a gel short of where I'd need to be if I run that length. So it's all part of the learning curve for this training block, learning how much I need to fuel for each distance. That being said, it was tough, but it was tough to the level where I could kind of push through it, kind of dig in a little bit and feel like I'm sort of proud of my resilience and how well that's about as strong as I felt beyond 10 miles on a solo training run kind of ever, really. So yeah, that's a good little confidence boost. I always mentally struggle once I get past 10 miles. It's probably a fueling thing. I probably don't fuel enough. That's probably what it is, because I'm getting to there and not I've not sort of got myself ticking over and filled myself up enough. So yeah, but felt good. 19k in about an hour, and there you go, 19.2k in 1 hour 57. So and that's total elapsed time as well. So I stopped to have a bit of a walk and chat. I stopped for that funeral procession. That probably cost, you know, another three minutes or so. Which again, you know, I was probably 11 or 12k in by that point. It was tough to get my legs back going. So and it was all in the back of that session yesterday. So, you know, I'm starting to get volume in the legs. Yeah, so positive. Just park runs to do tomorrow, so I'm not gonna film while I'm running that tomorrow. I kind of just want a bit of a rest for it, but I'll put something on the end of this. At the end, I'll film, just say I'll get on, what, you know, that kind of thing, and just kind of a tail end and top and tail of the week. So bring the wheelie bin in. So yeah, good week so far. Bit of everything. Feeling quite good. But yeah, I'm glad that wasn't 20k because my calves are pretty tired. So right, I shall see you tomorrow. Right, so that's park run done. 4th and final run of the week, and yeah, cheeky little 5k PB. Felt pretty good throughout. Really enjoyed it. Babs Mill, so if it's sort of Birmingham way, not far from the M42. Really nice route. A couple of laps around the lake there. Yeah, brilliant. My highest ever finish, so 31st was the token I got. So I think that's the highest I've got by some way. I think 60, I think was the closest I've got previously. So yeah, and I think it's like a 42nd or so parkrun PB. So 24:14 I think was my time on my watch. I don't know what my official time was, so I'll put that up here to see where I came and what my finish time was. So it felt really good. Didn't have a huge amount of legs after like 10k of intervals and then like 19k long run yesterday. They felt a little bit tired, so they didn't have a huge amount of sort of get up and go, but I felt comfortable and relatively fit. So and quite even pacing wise, or at least effort wise. The pace was slightly up and down just because of the natural elevation, and there was a bit of an uphill section that was on grass as well, which was a bit slippy, so that naturally slowed my pace down. But it was the same on both laps in terms of my pace for that K. So yeah, really happy with that. So yeah, week 3 done, ready for a deload week now. So bringing it back down again a little bit in terms of the mileage. So yeah, three weeks down already. It's sort of flying by. Hope everyone's had a good Christmas. and I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Drop me a comment, let me know how you're getting on with your training, or if you're training for anything now. So yeah, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.